Hello and welcome to day 2 of the 10-day trauma-informed yoga series. I'm Adriana, and day 2 is all about nourishing. So we'll jump into this practice that you can use to nourish your mind, your body, and your soul. Let's get started. I invite you to start with me in today's practice in child's form. If child's form is not something that feels good for you, by all means, you can start in another resting form. And if you're joining me in child's form, there's many variations you can do. You can place your legs together, bringing your arms above your head. You could place your legs further out to the sides of your mat, bringing your arms up above your head. Or you could put your arms on a pillow or a block, or even place your arms down by your side. So you can choose whichever variation works best for you today. And today's class is all about nourishment. And I invite you to ask yourself, what can you do today to nourish your mind, your body, and your spirit? Maybe take a couple seconds to think about that. For me, yoga can be nourishing for the mind, body, and the spirit. That might be the same for you. It might not. So just tune in to whatever comes up for you. Spending a few more breaths in this child's form. Perhaps noticing if the variation you're doing feels nourishing to you, and if it doesn't, maybe choose something different. In your own time, I invite you to come up into tabletop. We'll move through a few cat-cows. As always, you can place a blanket underneath your knees or your wrists if that feels better for you. And I invite you on an exhale to round your spine, bringing the chin to the chest, bringing the tailbone under. And on an inhale, lowering the stomach to the ground, bringing the tailbone up, perhaps bringing the gaze forward or your head up. On an exhale, rounding the spine again, chin to chest, tailbone goes under. On an inhale, bringing the stomach down, tailbone goes up, chin goes forward or upward. Moving through a few more of these, and you can decide on if this movement feels nourishing to you or if you want to add some different movements to this, perhaps moving your body in a bit of a circle, maybe getting a little bit more movement through the arms as you're doing this. Getting some nice nourishment into the spine, moving different joints. If you're circling, maybe you circle the other way. And if cat-cow doesn't feel good, by all means, choose something different. We'll do one more variation here. Making our way into downward dog. Now we'll be going into warrior 2. If downward dog does not feel good in your practice, you can join us in warrior 2 when we get there. From here, going up onto the toes, pushing down through the hands, bringing the tailbone up, the legs straight as feels comfortable, gazing down towards our feet, pushing down through the ground. And from here, I invite you to bring your right leg forward so it lands in between your hands in whatever way you get there. We'll turn our body open to the side, keeping that front knee bent so that we're moving into warrior two. So that front foot is facing the top of the mat. The back foot is facing the length of the mat. That front knee is bent, back leg is straight. And from here, you can keep your hands down by your side if you'd like, or you can bring them up. Whatever works for you, whatever feels nourishing. If you'd like, you can gently gaze towards the front of your mat, or perhaps taking a second to gaze behind you over the back arm, noticing if it's level with the front one. Taking one more nourishing breath here. On the exhale, I invite you to twist your body forward, bring your back knee down so that we're in a tripod or a low lunge. From here, bringing that front foot out towards the edge of your mat so your legs are a little bit wider. Placing your hands down beside that front foot. Now, if this feels too close to the ground, you can take a block or books, anything you have at home, and place your hands a little bit higher up if that feels better for the hips. And you can stay like this if you would like. If you'd like a little bit of a different movement, you can take that right hand and twist your body to the right, bringing the right arm up in the air. Taking a nourishing, gentle twist throughout the spine. Of course, if you would prefer, you can keep both hands down. And we'll stay here for 2 more breaths in whatever form you're choosing. On your next exhale, if you're twisting, I invite you to bring that right hand down so it meets the left one. And then from here, you can push up off of your hands to go into your low lunge. And we're going to twist our body so your hands will go down again, and we'll move into a deep squat. So from here, you can choose to bring your legs as wide as feels comfortable, placing your arms on the inside of your knees, perhaps bringing your hands together if that feels good. If going into a deep squat is not in your practice, feel free to do more of a goddess form. So up here, if that feels better for you. There's never a right or wrong. Whatever works. We'll spend one more breath here. And on the exhale, making your way out of this form in any way that feels good to you. We're going to move into warrior two on the other side. So making your way there, bending through the left leg this time. Front foot is facing the end of your mat. Back foot is facing lengthwise. Front knee is bent. Once again, arms can either be down on your sides, your hands resting on your hips, or arms can be up. You can choose to gaze forward over the front arm or over the back arm. Or you may choose to gaze down, whatever works for you. One more inhale here. On the next exhale, moving into tripod on this side. So we're going to make our way down to the ground, placing that back knee down, bringing that front foot over to the edge of our mat so that our hands can either rest on a block or rest beside each other next to that front foot. And once again, from here, you may choose to bring that left arm up in the air so you're getting a twist throughout the body. We'll do 2 breaths here. On the next exhale, bringing that left arm down to meet up with the right one if it was up. And we're going to move into pigeon form from here. So I invite you to bring your arms just a little more forward. You can take this right leg and bring the foot so that it lines up with the right hand. And the left knee is going to line up with the left hand. Now from here, there's many different variations. You can stay up like this if you would like. If you would like, you can go down on your forearms to get a bit more of a sensation through that left hip. If you would like, you can place a pillow down and rest on a pillow, or perhaps place a block or a pillow underneath that left glute if you want more support through there. Many different variations, none of them better than the other. One just might feel more nourishing for you today. You can choose that one. We'll stay here for a few breaths. If for whatever reason that sensation in the left hip becomes too strong, by all means, feel free to come out. Once again, maybe asking yourself, does this feel nourishing for my body, for my mind, for my spirit? And if it doesn't, maybe finding a way to make it more nourishing for you. We'll do 2 more breaths here. On your next exhale, I invite you to make your way back up to your hands if you're not on them already. Take that left leg and we're going to switch legs. So the left one's going to go behind you. The right one is going to go where the left one was. So that right knee goes behind the right hand. Right foot goes behind the left hand. And once again, many different variations that you can choose. Forearms, staying on your hands, placing a pillow down. You get to choose what feels nourishing for you. Once again, we'll spend a little while here. Perhaps seeing if you can sink even deeper into the form. Letting go of whatever tension you're holding. Knowing that whatever comes up is okay. You don't need to change whatever comes up in this moment. Taking 2 more breaths. On your next exhale, I invite you to come out in whatever way works for you. You can make your way onto your back for our final forms before ending. And I invite you to grab both knees, hugging them towards your chest, maybe rocking back and forth, maybe doing gentle circles with the body, just bringing some movement into the back here. And if there's anything else that you feel would be nourishing for your body today, for your mind today, for your spirit before ending the practice, I invite you to do that, whatever that looks like. Remembering there's no right or wrong. If something comes to mind and you don't know why, that's okay. You can choose to do that. Maybe lowering the left leg and squeezing the right knee up to the chest. Maybe switching sides and squeezing the left knee up to the chest, letting that right leg drop. If you're doing something else, continue to do that if you'd like. Meeting me in your final resting form, whatever that looks like to you, lying down, sitting, standing. Perhaps taking a moment to ask yourself, how can you add nourishment into your days? That can look like something completely different for everybody. It might be yoga, it might be food, different drinks, time in nature, time with friends. There's no right or wrong way. If you feel like you're not getting enough nourishment, I invite you to ask yourself what you can do to add nourishment to your days. Maybe just choose one small thing that you can do today or tomorrow. See if that makes a difference for your mind and your body and your spirit. Thank you so much for joining me on day 2 of this trauma-informed yoga series. I look forward to seeing you on day 3.